You know what, Habs fans? Let's have some good news today, shall we? Let's face it, Habs fans have had plenty of sad face moments so far in this very young season.
Oh no!
Most of them are injury related. I mean, Christian Dvorak is still on LTIR, Chris Weidman's out on IR, the devastating injury to Kirby Dach, David Savard now out for a decent amount of time. Heck, even Caden Gooley went down for a little bit. Oh, and then there's, prospects like Emil Heineman is out indefinitely with an injury. David Reinbacher went down in Europe with an injury. Jared Davidson is out with an injury. Thankfully, all is not lost. I mean, who could have predicted that the Habs would be in the top half of the standings at this point a month into the season? And it's just a reminder for all of us that, remember, this season was supposed to be about not necessarily winning and feel-good moments every single night, but it's just about having fun, watching this team continue through its rebuild process, watch what the kids can get accomplished, and get excited about the next seasons coming up. And so in this video, I'm happy to report that I've got some good news to share. Now, as an aside here, if you watched this episode of Rocket Hockey Report that came out on Tuesday, you'll know things aren't exactly all puppies and kittens and sunshine when it comes to the Laval Rockets season so far. Oh, you missed that episode? You're in luck. Click the link up there or the one down in the description. Check out all of the information about last week's road trip. Is it too early to be worried down in Laval? So, okay, things might look a little bleak in the standings and on the stat sheet for the Laval Rocket. There's no need to despair just yet. Some of the kids are doing okay. And young Joshua Waugh, in terms of the forwards, certainly garnering plenty of attention with his performance in the first month of the season. He's made such an impression that he has been named this week the AHL's Rookie of the Month for the month of October. That's right, the 20-year-old rookie coming into the AHL. Recall, he's only played prior to this season one game in the AHL, and that was at the end of last season. He drew into one of Laval's two playoff games that they played at the end of the year last year. He didn't get on the score sheet at that time, but he did make his AHL debut. Fast forward through the summer, he's now a full-time rookie in the American Hockey League, and he certainly made a splash in his first few weeks. In 8 games played, Joshua Waugh has accumulated 5 goals and 7 assists for 12 points. That means he is currently leading all rookies in the AHL in the points race. And actually at one point last week, he was also the overall points leader in the American Hockey League, not just the rookie points leader. Throughout the month of October, he had 4, count them, 4 multi-point games. Starting with games 1 and 2 versus Abbotsford, he scored a goal and tallied an assist in each of those games. Fast forward a week to the following Friday night in Game 4 when they hosted Rochester. He put up a 5-point night, scoring his first career hat trick, as well as 2 additional assists. And that was good enough to tie 2 Laval Rocket franchise records, the 3 goals and the 5 points in one game. Both of those tied the franchise records. He has found some consistency already, a little bit. There's still lots to work on, but you can usually find Joshua Waugh solidly on the second line, usually with Sean Farrell on the right wing, also a Habs prospect. Now, Farrell on Wednesday night did get promoted to the top line for a bit, but Farrell and Waugh seem to have found a bit of chemistry early on. Now, admittedly, like the development process for all prospects, there are going to be bumps in the road along the way. And not everything is going to have those kind of wow factor statistics game in and game out. And to be quite honest, he has not had a point in his last 2 games and has cooled off just a little bit. In fact, on Wednesday night against the Utica Comets. He tied the team for the lead in shots on goal on the night. He and Sean Farrell both having 5 shots on goal. However, Joshua Waugh was a -3 on the night in a 4-1 loss. So there are aspects of his game that need to improve. There are absolutely areas that he needs to work on. However, the encouraging part is he has started off this season with a bang. He's made people around the league sit up and take notice, and he certainly has shown a little bit of that upside of what he could become once he spends at least this first season playing in the American Hockey League. By the way, do you like content like this? If you do, let me know by tapping that like button, hit that subscribe button while you're at it, share this episode, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Now, with all of the commotion Joshua Waugh made in the month of October, there were plenty of fans, understandably, clamoring for him to get a recall to Montreal. I will say, in my opinion, a little early for that. Not necessary to really rush him into a big pressure situation. Let him continue to build on that good momentum he has started with. Let's see if he can get some consistency and really grow before getting a call up to the Montreal Canadiens and playing under the bright lights of the Bell Center. But that is a question that a lot of fans have. Why not call up Joshua Waugh? When will he be called up? There's still questions like, should Slafkovsky come down to the Laval Rocket for a little while? And hey, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, who would have thought that the Montreal Canadiens would be sitting where they at in the points around the league right now? So that's making a lot of people sit up and say, wait a minute, are we talking potential maybe playoffs for the Montreal Canadiens this year? We know you've got lots of questions, and the great thing is, here at Rocket Sports, we've got answers for you. And in fact, on last week's episode of the Canadiens Connection podcast, Rick Stevens and Michael Spinella opened up the Rocket Sports mailbag, dove in, and they have so many answers to so many of your questions. And if you missed that episode, well, you can check that out right here. There's a lot of great information packed into it. So click that link, watch that video, and I'll see you back here next week. Thanks so much for watching.